Hello children, hope you are all safe, listening to your parents, have a practice of reading your textbook as well as whatever we recollect in this session should be again read at home. So have a practice of reading your textbook. So today we have our 4th grade first session of English. Your chapter is My Friend Ram. Here, this My Friend Ramu, the author name is Ruskin Bond. Ruskin Bond is an award-winning Indian author of British. So Ruskin Bond is an Indian, but he had won an award in Britain. So he is called as author of British also. As well, now we are going to have this session. You will come across all these new words. Let me tell the meaning of all these words. Shallow, little depth. Explore, to travel. Glistening, shining with sparkling light. Gleaming, reflecting light. So these are the new words which you come across the session today. I want you to underline all these words in your textbook and go through with the meanings of this once again, which will be sent in a PDF form for your notes, that is for your classwork writing. Now we move on to the textbook part, that is reading part. If you have your textbook, please have a practice of reading, children. My Friend Ramu. Who can say this? Ruskin Bond. The author is Ruskin Bond. There is a small warm up here. You need to identify the characters as well. Write one more character of the same partner type in this white block which is given. So let us read the textbook today. I soon grew into the habit of visiting the pond on my own to explore its banks and shallows, and taking off my shoes, I would wade into the muddy water up to my knees and pluck the water lilies of the surface. So Mr. Ruskin Bond, when he was small, he is just sharing his own way of living when he was in his childhood. Here he tells that I soon grew into the habit of visiting ponds. Children, have you all visited villages? There will be a small pond where children play in villages. So Ruskin Bond also, he was so big that he used to visit pond alone. On his own he visited the pond to explore, that is, he started traveling. On the bank and shallows. On the bank of the pond, he saw the depth of the pond. And taking off my shoes. Yes, when you get into the water, you usually take off your shoes. The same way, Ruskin Bond also removed his shoes and he entered the water. I would wade into the muddy water. The pond water usually will be very muddy. Up to my knees. Where was the pond water? Up to his knees. And pluck the water lilies of the surface. So in this pond, the water was muddy, as well there was water lilies which he used to pluck. We'll move on to the second page of your textbook. One day when I reached the pond, I found it already occupied by the buffaloes. Usually in villages, cattle herders, they go to this pond and they wash their cattle, that is buffaloes, cows and all. So when Ruskin Bond went to reach the pond, near the pond, he saw the pond was occupied by the buffaloes. So he saw buffaloes in the water. Their owner, a boy, a little older than I was swimming about in the middle of the pond. So he also saw a boy who was just little more bigger than him, who was swimming in the pond with the buffaloes. Instead of climbing out on the bank, he would pull himself up on the back of one of his buffaloes. So instead of standing on the bank and cleaning the buffaloes, he himself got into the pond. He was washing the buffalo, both of them, the buffalo as well as the boy was standing in the water. Stretch his naked brown body out on the animal, glistening back, and started singing to himself. So while he was washing the buffaloes, he was also singing a song. Glistening, we know the meaning what it is, shining with the sparkling light. There was a small sunshine which was penetrating through the water. So he was also singing song while washing the buffalo. When the boy saw me staring at him from across the pond, he smiled, showing gleaming white teeth in his dark sunburned face. So the boy was black or dark here, which is told by Ruskin Bond that he had a sunburned face. Gleaming teeth. Gleaming teeth is little whitish teeth. So he smiled at Ruskin Bond. He invited me to join him in a swim. So the boy who was washing the buffaloes in the pond called Ruskin Bond to join and swim with him. I told him I could not swim. Ruskin Bond did not know to swim, so he told the boy that I don't know to swim. And he offered to teach me. So the boy told, it's okay, I will help you to swim or I will teach you, please come. He divided off the back of his buffalo and swam across to me. So he wanted to call Ruskin Bond into the pond. So what he did, the buffalo which he was washing, he sat on it and he just came to the bank of the pond. And I, having removed my shirt and shorts, followed his instructions until I was struggling about among the water lilies. So Ruskin Bond just went to pond to bring water lilies, but here the boy told him that he will be teaching swimming to him. As well, Ruskin Bond also removed his shirt and his shorts to get into the pond. The boy's name was Ram. So on this time, Ruskin Bond did not tell the boy's name. The boy's name was Ram. And he promised to give me a swimming lesson every afternoon. So the Ramu asked Ruskin Bond that I will help you out or I will teach you how to swim every afternoon. Especially summer afternoons when everyone else was asleep. That we met. Yes, in summer holidays we usually sleep for a while, we take a nap for a while. So that time, in the afternoon time, Ramu asked Ruskin Bond that I will teach you swimming. You can come in the summer afternoons to learn swimming. Very soon I was able to swim across the pond and sit astride a contented buffalo, standing like an island in the middle of a muddy ocean. Yes, have you seen summer time, since the pond will be a little bit cool, the buffaloes always, they immerse themselves into the water. They stay half above their level of the legs. they will be immersed in the water. Like an island, that is what they say here, that the shoulder of the buffalo is being told by Ruskin Bond as an island in the middle of the muddy ocean. It looked like an ocean when a buffalo stood into the pond. Ramu came from a family of farmers. So Ramu was from a family of a farmer. That is, Ramu's father was a farmer here and had as yet received on schooling. So Ramu did not do any schooling, like he did not go to any school. But he was well versed in folklore and knew a great deal about birds and animals. Folklore is nothing but, in Kannada we tell it is Janapada Geete. So that folklore was well known from Ramu even if he had not gone to school. As well, he also dealt with the birds and animals. He knew well about birds and animals. I like the buffaloes too. Now even Ruskin Bond started liking buffaloes too because both were learning swimming in the same pond. Sometimes we would try racing them, Ramu and I riding. So sometimes they had a water race with the buffalo. Sitting on the buffalo, Ramu and Ruskin Bond had this race. So today's session, this is the chapter where you have to sit and read with, you need to read the pronunciation of this particular words which I have given you here in the new words. So I will see you in the next session, children. Thank you. Stay safe.